Hey fellow Terrarians, and welcome back to our Mage playthrough. I hope you all had great holidays, and it's time to resume and continue our journey. And last time we stopped at, after we got our Razorblade Typhoon, pretty much close to end game weapon for Mage, obviously, and also we got Fishron wings, so after farming Duke Fishron for a while, we finally got it. And so at this point we're pretty much destroying all the content in master mode difficulty with no exceptions here, and well, I think it's time to do some mechs and see what happens. I think at this point we are pretty overpowered, so let's start with twins, I guess. Twins and then maybe prime. Well, I'm kind of reluctant to do all three mechs at once, because once we destroy them, it's pretty much no going back. We'll have to proceed to Plantera, and I'm still curious about trying some other weapons, but let's see. Okay, twins, master mode, Razorblade Typhoon, and guys, this is... Are you seeing this? Because to me it feels like they're getting destroyed. I mean, as long as we don't get hit too often. Yeah, like this, for example. Well, it's not too much damage, actually. You can pretty much absorb it. Yeah, but look at this. So, yeah, I don't even have time to you know, comment on the fight, because it's over. It's over, guys. The twins are down. There's no effort. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you see, like, this is why I had this conundrum. I had this debate on whether or not get you know, Duke Fishron's weapons, right? Because at this point you noticed, right? So we just destroyed the twins without any effort. I almost feel like robbed of the challenge, but at the same time, switching back to an inferior weapon, it feels kind of meh already, right? When you have a power like this. Okay, so Skeletron Prime right after. We still have 3 minutes to go. I think that's more than enough, given the firepower here. And yeah, well, he doesn't deal too much damage, even with our inferior armor, right? So Mage's armor at this point is not really that, you know, defense. Our defense, I think, is around 30 at the moment. So, and notice how, I mean, not even paying attention too much. Well, yeah, you see what I mean, right? It's messed up. Skeletron Prime feels like a joke. Same as Mechs. Okay, same as twins. Okay, guys. Yeah, this is a bit disappointing. That's why I didn't want to do all three Mechs at once, because obviously it would quickly ruin the progression. Okay, so I mean, we've got some. We've got two paths actually, which is interesting. So I prefer the twins, to be honest, to Baby Prime. Okay, so and note that those are master mode only drops, right? So you would have to, there's no other way to obtain those. Yeah, the Baby Prime is quite interesting, but not my favorite. Okay, so what do we do next then? So with 2 out of 3 mechs destroyed, we're pretty close to Plantera actually. I'm thinking maybe we should do, you know what, maybe let's build. First of all, okay, so we've got some dev vanity set, I think. Yeah, that's Sanex. Quite interesting. But and also 57 hollow bars. Okay, so at this point, I think we can craft the hallowed armor, and that's interesting, because at this stage, well, obviously the destroyer is a joke using this weapon, but I really wanted to you know, guys, experience some other weapons. At least a couple of other weapons before we advance to that, so that we don't feel completely robbed out of experience here, of progression, right? So, you know what we can do? We can actually initiate something in the meanwhile, because we need to obtain, at this point we can get our full life, right? So we need the life fruit. And we can prepare for Golem and Plantera at the same time, because I think the easiest way to find and the most convenient way to fight Golem is not getting stuck inside that small room. If it can be very small actually. So what we're gonna do we're gonna craft the hallowed armor, and then immediately I'm thinking to go underneath the lizard temple. So right below the place where the golem altar is located, right? So, and beneath that area we're gonna build a large farm, so in which we're gonna spawn Plantera, fight her there, and also immediately after we're gonna fight golem in the same area. So it's going to be quite comfortable, and also in the same area we can farm life fruit, and somewhere in between we need to complete kill the destroyer. And also I'm actually curious, like, so with hollow armor, hallowed greaves, yeah, I think this is gonna be so OP, guys, so OP. Okay, look at this. So now we have the protection buff, right? So we can survive a little better, but there's not really much challenge with our gear, right, at this point. So I mean, pretty much I think this will take us all the way to lunar events potentially. I mean, probably could drop the balloon at this stage, but I think post Mechs we're gonna do that, because we can craft some other accessories, right? So destroyer emblem, and yes. So you know what? There's another thing. So one of the weapons I wanted to really check out is Rainbow Rod. Rainbow Rod is pretty much it's a magic missile upgrade of sorts, right? In the way that it hits multiple targets. It can hit 3 times, I believe. Let's test it quickly. And has some splash damage as well. So yeah, I mean, it's quite decent. But again, I mean, you're seeing this, right? So yes, but so much effort to kill like one possessed armor is almost a waste, right? A single, yeah, I mean, it's okay. It's a homing, it's nice, but yeah, nowhere close, nowhere near close to the Typhoon, right? So guys, I mean, obviously, yeah, you're seeing this. It's yeah, Typhoon is OP. It's gonna take us, I believe it's gonna take us all the way to Moonlord. Maybe just before Moonlord we're gonna switch to something else. We'll see, hopefully, because I really want to explore other weapons, and I hope you can agree with me. So here, the thing that you would do normally in pre-hard mode, this is what I always recommend. Now I'm actually doing it in hard mode, master mode, but it's still kind of okay. It's comfortable because, I mean, it's not hardcore, but in hardcore this has to be done pre-hard mode. So essentially, running the wires all the way from, you know, a convenient location to underneath the temple, and then here you see the altar, golem altar, right above us. So now we're gonna clear all this area, and unfortunately there is already chlorophyte. So it's gonna be a little bit messy until we get the pickaxe that can mine it, which for that we need to kill the destroyer. Okay, so but meantime we're gonna clear as much space here as we can, make a large area, because both Plantera and Golem potentially will be fought inside here. I don't like fighting Golem in a closed space, because obviously, especially if you're playing hardcore, you can get cornered easily and overwhelmed. So this should not happen, right? So we can't allow that. So let's say this is practice for a hardcore run. Okay, so yeah, so and also I know that you don't have to place walls, but I prefer and I suggest doing that because it prevents mobs obviously from spawning, and you don't want to fight Plantera while there are multiple, you know, hornets at the same time trying to attack you, right? Because it's just gonna make things a little bit messy, and there is adds an element of surprise you can actually reap for no reason, right? So okay, so once this whole thing is complete, it's time to make a quick, and this is another thing again, I would do this pre-hard mode at the very beginning of you know, maybe middle pre-hard mode, to place this life fruit farm, and also it can spawn Plantera bulbs in hard mode, right? But at this point, so life fruit farm would be very convenient at this stage, because you don't even need to explore underground jungle at all anymore, right? So all you have to do is just wait for the plants to spawn once the jungle grass propagates all the way, right? So you remove the blocks, and shortly we're going to remove the blocks that are not necessary anymore, And the only reason we do this tiny grid, tiny cells like this this way, because this method allows the fastest propagation of jungle grass, and it's very convenient, quick, and easy. This is how I make all those micro farms and mimic farms and you know, jungle, so basically surface farms, mob farms, and whatnot. So all of this is done in the same approach, the same method. It just placed, you know, one seed, one grass seed, jungle grass seed on those grids, and that's it. Okay, guys, so it's almost done, it's almost ready. So as you can see, there is still a lot of chlorophyte ore stuck inside the arena, but we're gonna remove it prior to obviously fighting Plantera, because that would be uncomfortable otherwise. And right above it we have Golem Altar. So this whole place is super convenient, and it's pretty much hardcore ready. Obviously if you like challenges, that would be the way to deal with Plantera relatively easily. And at this point we just wait for this for the grass to propagate. We'll probably very quickly get all our life fruit here, and then we'll do the Mechs. But before we do the destroyer, what I would like to do is actually complete the old one army at least once. And I'm looking for a particular weapon that drops from the ogres, right? So, and hopefully that magic weapon will be interesting to explore even at this stage, even when we already have the Typhoon, right? So, and probably you're guessing what talking about here is obviously the Tome of Infinite Wisdom. That is a very interesting weapon that adds quite a bit of interesting ideas, basically ways to farm mobs in hard mode and ways to tackle certain bosses. And we're gonna see how it works. I'm really curious. I know that even at this stage, obviously Typhoon would pretty much trump every other weapon we have, right? So okay, so here you go, 2 life root in the same zone. We got, yeah, so we're almost there, guys. Just a couple more left and we're gonna be done, and it's time to get ready for some fights. Okay, so this is another, so our mimic farm slash platinum farm also produces at this point life fruit, even though it's in the upper levels of underground. It's still useful, right? So see, you can actually get life fruit very close to surface with this method. So now we got the last life fruit. Okay, guys, ready to roll. Okay, so let's do the old one army, I think, because at least, you know, we can explore one more interesting weapon at this point before we're moving on. And what I'm looking here, obviously, I'm not expecting any surprises, because given the you know, our gear at this point, there is literally no chance for mobs to pose any threat, right? So look at this. It feels like normal, classic, pretty much difficulty at this point. And again, this is all thanks to the shortcut, and so it's good and bad at the same time, because look at this. So you can stand in the middle, and no sentries to summon. You can ignore that part altogether. You can ignore the Ethereum mana crystals and whatnot, and just keep rolling. Just keep spamming your weapon. And look, I'm only using 3 potions at this point, and you know, just 2 of them are actually needed. You know, the mana regen and maybe magic damage just to, but even that, probably just mana regen would be enough, and you can just, you know, relax and chill until it's done. You look, it's 6 waves, like nothing, stand in one spot, nothing can even approach you at this stage with that firepower going both ways, and literally no hope of, you know, for any mobs to approach you close enough to deal any damage. So yeah, this is ridiculous. I mean, was it worth it? And look at the ogres are going down one after another within seconds. So was it worth you know, taking this shortcut and defeating Duke Fishron pre-max? Well, for the challenge, of course, and to, you know, to pretty much be able to blast through the rest of hard mode, yeah, for sure. But in terms of you know, progression feel, I would say I'm a little bit disappointed at this point, but I also feel like there is no way of no going back anymore, right? Because once you've tasted the power, you just can't can't give it up at this point. Okay, so but I'm willing to try, at least this weapon. Let's give it a shot. Okay, so did we get? So we completed the Old One army. We got a lot of stuff, but did we get what we wanted? No. So no Tome of Wisdom. Okay, try again. Another Old One army. Wave number 7. Let's do it quickly. Let's finish it. Let's see what happens. Okay, so and is it? It's almost done. Hopefully this time we'll get it, and we'll get it in time to try it actually. This weapon is very interesting. It has two ways, two attacking ways. So left click is just it shoots bullet-like magic balls, magic crystals, and the right click is the one we're interested in. Will shoot tornadoes, pretty much, that go through blocks. By the way, guys. Oh yeah, we got it, and we got Blood Moon. Well, that's fine. That's okay. I mean, at this point, Blood Moon or not, we're still gonna do the Destroyer. Okay, so let's see. Yes, we got it. Surprisingly, this Tome of Wisdom actually looks like a, like a mace, two-handed mace, which is quite interesting, remarkable. Okay, so I think we can re-roll it. Hopefully, we get mythical, and we have about 20 platinum extra saved, so we can probably roll it quite a few times. Okay, so let's see. Now, and I think, you know what, yeah, we're not gonna wait for the Blood Moon to be done, because I really hope to try this weapon against the Destroyer, in particular, because he is, Destroyer is one of the multi-segmented mobs that pretty much this weapon shines against, and hopefully that's gonna be the case. Okay, so I mean, I didn't even prepare arena for this. I mean, I hope it's still gonna work without proper arena. Okay, let's see, let's re-roll it. Oh, mythical on 3rd try. Oh, that's not bad. That's actually quite lucky. Okay, guys, let's do it. Let's get out of here. That's awesome. That's great. And are we ready? Ready to try to see what happens? Oh, I probably shouldn't have collected all of this. Okay, so are you seeing this? So I'm just right-clicking at this point, right? So using this, the Tome of Wisdom. I mean, obviously, I mean, yeah, the Typhoon is still stronger, but particularly for this particular fight, for the boss, I really want to see how the Tome behaves. Okay, so let's see. Oh, that's close. Okay, I mean, obviously the arena is not optimized for this. I'm only scratching the surface here, but you can already notice the level, the damage that is potentially could happen here. Okay, so we just need to reposition in a better way, or at least let the boss. You know what? Maybe we should calm down there. Yeah. And see what happens. Yeah, it's not perfect. Yeah, I'm not hitting most of the segments, obviously, but just wanna get a feel of it. Like, look here. Now that's a damage. Like, you can see how much damage he's getting immediately. Like, and I don't even have an arena setup. So imagine if you wanted to use this weapon, you just make a flat, long area, basically with no bumps of any kind, and just when he appears, you just shoot along. He's like, look at this, 5 seconds, and he's down to like 30%. Well, I'm getting screwed here, so let me just reposition quickly. Yeah, that's a lot of drones. That's a downside, by the way. Those drones need to be dealt with. Okay, this is good. So I still want to finish the Destroyer using this weapon. So Tome of Infinite Cheese, it's called by other players, and I kind of agree, because the damage look at this. You can actually destroy the Destroyer can be destroyed in seconds, literally. That's how powerful it is. It's probably 5 seconds on Master Mode if done correctly. I'm not having the right approach here, but still, see, it only took, yeah, it took 3 times, or not 3 times, probably took like 30 seconds, but still, This is insanely powerful. This weapon is useful, and it's useful also in the way that it goes through blocks, so you can actually farm events using it easily. Even though, again, at this stage, nothing really rivals our Typhoon. I don't think so. And if you have a different thought about it, please let me know which weapon you would consider more powerful at this stage and more usable all around, because I don't really see any alternative. Okay, so some particular cases, yes, I agree that Tome of Infinite Wisdom would be very useful for, let's say, Destroyer, against the Destroyer in a flat, long arena, right? So at the ground level, yeah, that would be great. You can just pretty much take him down in seconds. Other than that, that's it, I think. Alright guys, we're ready for the next stage, and thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.